Hi, my name is Dr. Julia Morris and I'm one of the co-directors of mentorship and outreach for an organisation called Black in Cancer. The month of May is Live with Scientists Cancer Month, so we've been invited to do a hands-on activity to help explain how cancer develops. Before we get started, I'll provide a little bit of context. Cells are often described as the building blocks of complex living things. Humans are made up of trillions of cells, which are not visible to the naked eye. Within our cells, there are many compartments, one of which is the nucleus, often referred to as the brain of the cell. The nucleus houses this molecule, deoxyribonucleic acid, which is abbreviated to DNA. DNA consists of 4 repeating subunits, which form a code. This code, in short, tells the cell what to do and when. Today, we'll be making a model of DNA using paper. Do feel free to follow along. You'll need an A4 piece of paper and a ruler. That's it. So let's get started. So we're going to just grab a piece of paper here, and this is an example of what we're going to end up with, our origami DNA. So first of all, we're going to fold our paper in half horizontally. Just fold it like you would start a paper aeroplane. So you want to make sure that the folds are really nice and crisp, and it will really help your structure. So then we're going to take we're going to make a 1 centimeter fold along the bottom edge of our paper. Again, trying to make the fold really nice and crisp. You can use a ruler for this, just to make sure that it really is 1 centimeter, or you can do it by eye. It doesn't really matter. One of the key things is just to make sure that the folds are really nice and crisp. We'll then rotate the paper, and on the bottom edge, again, make another approximately 1 centimeter fold upwards. Okay, so now we're going to open the 1 centimeter folds that we've just made, and then we're going to fold the paper in half horizontally. Again, making that fold really nice and crisp. Once we've done that, we want to fold those halves horizontally into quarters. Okay, so now we folded the paper into quarters, we're going to fold it again into 8ths. Here we go. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to drop a few nuggets of information about why DNA is important and in its role in cancer development. So earlier we learned that cells are the building blocks of living things. Normal cells grow and divide in a really precise manner, and they also have a time where the cells die. If the cells are getting too old, or if they're damaged, they die. They're programmed to die. Earlier, we also learned that DNA tells the cell what to do and when. So keeping our DNA intact is actually really important for our cells. Each day, our DNA is damaged by a variety of factors, from the environment, like UV light from the sun, or by chemicals produced by the body itself can actually cause DNA damage. So we're just going to keep on folding. Again, just make sure that all of your folds are really nice and crisp. And now we want to fold the 1/8 in half, so that we're going to create 16ths, and this is the final lot of horizontal folds that we'll be making. Although our DNA gets damaged by interaction with internal and external sources, our cells are really good at repairing our DNA. However, sometimes damage persists or mistakes in the DNA are left unintentionally. And these mistakes in DNA are called mutations. And multiple mutations in our DNA that regulate cell growth will actually lead to uncontrolled cell growth. So instead of cells growing and dividing in a precise manner, the cells start to grow uncontrollably. A group of cells that have lost the ability to stop growing and dividing is called a tumour. And a tumour that is benign is not cancer, it's kind of like a precursor to cancer. When a tumour is no longer just confined to one area, so once it's invaded into the tissue or it's gone into the bloodstream, it's called a malignant tumour, and this is cancer. And we have over 200 different types of cells, so cancer can develop anywhere in the body. The most common types of cancer are breast, prostate, lung, and colorectal cancer. And DNA mutations aren't just the result of DNA damage, they can be inherited. So DNA mutations aren't just the result of DNA damage, they can be inherited from our parents. So it's really important to know your family medical history. Okay, so now at this point, we're going to flip our paper over. So as you can see, we're now going to take a ruler and we're going to fold each 16th diagonally. We're going from the bottom of that top fold to the top of our bottom fold, and we are using the ruler to make these really straight, crisp folds. This is the only part of the video which I'm going to speed up. It's a bit of a fiddly process. Doing this will make the final step a lot easier. And if there is a history of a particular cancer in your family, or several types of cancers in your family, then it may be necessary to attend genetic screening. Have a conversation with your general practitioner about this. So we're going to turn our paper over, and again we're just going to make sure that these diagonal folds are really nice and crisp. So we can help to keep our DNA as healthy as possible by avoiding tobacco, so cigarettes. We can reduce our alcohol intake and we can wear sun cream. Okay, so we're almost coming to the end. Things move quite quickly from this point onwards. Okay, so now that is over, you want to refold the 1 centimetre folds at the top and the bottom. So at the top, you want to fold that towards yourself. And the bottom fold, you want to fold it away from yourself. So you've got one of those 1 centimetre folds folded towards you and one away from you, so they're folded in opposite directions. So now it's really simple. You just gently twist and fold the paper into a helix. You can try and make it as tight or as loose as possible. So I'm just gently twisting it, and there we go. There we have it. That is our DNA double helix. So we can compare it to what we made earlier. So it's a slightly looser double helix, but that is what our DNA looks like in our cells. Thank you so much for engaging in this video. You can connect with Black in Cancer via our website and social media. Take care.